on the prophet, Gibran said, and the orator said, "Speak to us about freedom." And he answered, like somebody asked him what freedom is. "At the city gates and by your firesides, I've seen you prostrate yourself and worship your own freedom." Khilil Gibran is saying that I have seen you everywhere, publicly and privately, bowing down to the idea of freedom as if it were God, like seeing freedom as something to be worshipped. Even as slaves humbled themselves before a tyrant and praised him, though he slays them. So he reveres freedom blindly, just as slaves sometimes praises the very tyrant who oppresses them without realizing the contradiction. Whenever slaves, when they want to be free, they want to be just like the tyrant, just contradicting their idea of freedom. Way in the groove of the temple, in the shadow of the citadel, I have seen the freest among you wear their freedom as a yoke and a handcuff. He's saying even those who claim to be the most free are carefree freedom as a burden or as a restraint, and not as something like as life given it. Like for example, monks, they are in the temple, they are free, they're not slaves of any tyrants. However, they are mentally enslaved, and they use that freedom to restrain themselves in that one place and not do or think of anything outside of what is taught of them to do. And my heart bled within me, for you can only be free when even the desire of seeking freedom became a harness to you. So he's saying, this pains me because you are not truly free if you are obsessed with freedom itself. And it becomes something that blinds and controls you. For example, if you're always saying, I want to be free, I want to be free, I want to be free, you're acknowledging the thing that you are not free, but you are. You don't have to be obsessed with freedom and be blinded by it. And when you cease to speak of freedom as a goal and fulfillment, when you stop talking about freedom as something to be chased or something to be achieved as a final destination, you shall be free indeed when your days are not without care, nor a night without a want and a grief. So he's saying freedom does not mean a life without problem, a life without worries, or a life without sorrow. Everybody sleeps crying, everybody sleeps having a bad memory of their past. And he's saying that freedom doesn't mean you're not feeling that pain or suffering inside of you. He's saying, but rather, when these things girdle your life, and yet you rise above them, naked and unbound. So he's saying, you're free when difficulties surround you, yet they do not enslave you. You stand above them without inner chain. So daily problems are there, past problems are there, past memories are there, but they don't engulf you. Your daily life, or how you treat others, or how you see yourself, or how you do things are not the result of how things were or how things are. You are free when these things are not influencing you, when you are above them. And how shall you rise beyond your days and night unless you break the chain which you at the dawn of your understanding have fastened around your noon hours? He says, how can you transcend suffering unless you break the mental and the emotional chain you created for yourself earlier in life? So he's saying, unless you let go of the past, let go of that emotional chain you created when you were young, you cannot rise beyond the problems that you are facing currently. In truth, that which you call freedom is the strongest of these chains, though it links glitter in the sun and dazzle the eyes. He's saying even freedom looks beautiful. What you often call freedom is actually the strongest illusion that blinds you, and it looks beautiful, but it's enslaving. So we think our freedom, for example, in the capitalistic world, we think that the elites, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, are the freest of them all. But the thing is, this is not freedom. We are trying to be those who oppress us. For example, as in case of slave and a tyrant, the slaves are wishing to be as a tyrant, not to be free of slavery. They want to oppress other people instead of being free as an individual or as a person. And what is it but fragments of your own self you would discard that you may become free? He said, what you're trying to cast off in the name of freedom are actually parts of your own identity and responsibilities. And if it is an unjust law you would abolish, that law was written by your own hand upon your own forehead. He says, if you fight the unjust law, remember, those laws exist because people, including us, allow it or supported it. For example, women's right or abortion. Women are fighting for the right to abort or for the right to have contraception pills because inside some people believe that they are right. Woman needs to be oppressed in that matter. But for example, something that every human have in this world, and for example, food, most of the humanity does not have food, but we think that every human body needs food, right? So we don't say you should not or you ought not have food because it's a necessity. It's in our mind that all human mind needs food. So unless inside of us is fixed, unless we internally believe that the rule of the tyrant is wrong, the tyrant will always exist. You cannot erase it by burning your law books, nor washing your forehead of your judges, though you pour the sea upon them. And he's saying you cannot fix the injustice merely by destroying institutions or blaming leaders. The root lies deeper within society themselves. So just because I think Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk are great people, capitalism will always be there. I could not blame the economy or the law or anything if internally I believe Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk are the end goal of my life. This is just an example. There are a lot of things to be discussed, a lot of things to be considered in this world as what we think is freedom, but is not. And for how can a tyrant rule the free and the proud, but for a tyranny in their own freedom and shame in their own pride? He's saying a tyrant can only rule because people have inner weaknesses, hypocrisies, and false prides to exist within themselves. He's saying, how can a tyrant rule the slave unless a tyranny is inside that slave? Unless the slave thinks the tyrant is the leader, is above them. Unless I think my friends are above me, I will not be influenced by their emotional energy. I cannot blame them for what is happening inside. People are not responsible for example, if husband and wife and the husband is oppressing the female emotionally, he cannot do it unless she in herself believes the tyrant exists. He is the tyrant. Unless she gives him the power to do so. He exists in her. So, and if it is a care you would cast off, that care has been chosen by you rather than imposed upon you. He says, many of our burdens are not forced upon us, and we accept them through choices, values, and attachment. So he's saying something would not be influenced upon you unless you internally allowed it to influence you. And if it is a fear you would dispel, the seat of that fear is in your heart, not in the hand of the feared. So he's saying fear does not live in what you fear. It lives inside of you. The fear is in you, not outside. For example, if you fear spiders, the fear of spiders is inside of you. Spider is not something to be feared because there are some people who just even put them in their mouths. Spider is not something to be feared unless the fear of spiders is in you. You cannot fear what people are capable of unless you are afraid of what you are capable of, or unless that fear is in you. Rarely all things move within your being, inconsistent half embrace. The desired and the deared, and the repugnant and the cherished, the pursued and that which you would escape. He's saying opposites coexist inside of you. Love and fear, attraction and rejection, hope and avoidance. These are all within you. These things move within you as a light and shadow in pairs that cling. None of these opposite forces are inseparable like light and shadow. And when the shadow fades and is no more, the light that lingers becomes the shadow to the another light. He's saying when one limitation disappears and a new one takes its place, freedom is always relative. He's saying when you become free of something, that freedom becomes the shadow to another freedom, another form of freedom. So he's saying freedom is always relevant. There's always something to look forward to about freedom. And thus your freedom, when it loses its feature, becomes itself the feature of the greater freedom. He says, and what once freed you later becomes the next limitation. In general, he's saying that true freedom is not external. So he's saying not rules, not laws, not conditions, but inner awareness and responsibility and transcendence. Freedom is a continuous process and not a final state.
Training wheels on a bike always protect you. They give you the independence. However, if you cling onto them, they stop you from growing and being able to ride a bike. In real life, if you gain independence from someone and you hold on in freedom and avoid every intimacy, every help, every responsibility, then that freedom holds you back. That independence becomes your cage. So one form of freedom helps you transcend one stage of your life. However, there is also another form of freedom that you need to transcend in the next stage of your life. So freedom is a continuous achievement, a continuous thing to have, not a specific one goal. So that was Khilil Gibran, the prophet, talking about freedom. If you have more interpretations, more ideas of what Khilil Gibran is trying to say or was trying to convey about freedom, please make sure to put in the comment section so that we can discuss and understand what he is trying to say.